Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review is going to be a Klein ModBox set, and I say ModBox set because it's not a Connect set, it's a ModBox set. So it's a set of tools inside of a ModBox case that interlocks with your other ModBox cases. So it's not a Connect set, meaning that it's not Type M and Type S specifically to where it's going to work with those kinds of things. Now you can use your Type M and Type S Connect set stuff with this particular tool, but it's not solely meant to be that way. And what we're looking at today for this set of tools is a 23-piece ProFlex impact rated ratcheting T-handle set, and part number on this is 33804. This was brought to my attention as far as wanting me to check it out by Tools and stuff. He mentioned he'd like for me to get this and see what I thought about it, and I'd already planned on buying it anyways. I just couldn't find it anywhere where it wasn't a pre-order or I had to pay shipping or whatever it might be. Now it's finally available on Amazon. I picked this up for $50, and then once I got it in, I went ahead and scanned this barcode in my Lowe's app. I'm able to pull it up. I'm able to find the, T-handle set and all that kind of stuff, but it shows unavailable, out of stock, all the same things that we were running into with all these Connect sets. So basically, Lowe's is going to sell it. It's just not available for you to buy it online yet. Now, whether or not your stores might have it out or whatever, I have no idea. And I'll put a link and everything. I'll try to tag it if I can for Lowe's. And then once maybe it's available, then it will be available. So if you see it in the shop button or you see it tagged down below as far as the link and it works, then it's obviously available as you're watching this video at Lowe's. It's just not as far as whenever I'm filming this. But that's the part number, what the set's called, how much it cost, all those things. You can see here it is made in Taiwan. Before we get out of the package, let me show you that. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the impact bits that come inside of this in the packaging. And then we'll get out of the packaging and look at it a little closer. So there's all your bit sizes. It's mostly a bunch of hex sizes. And then there's some Torx, a combo bit, square number 2, and then also a Phillips number 2. So you can look at all those there if you want to. But let's go ahead and get this thing out of the package, look at the insides, let me show you what it can do, and then you can decide if it's the right tool for you. So out of the package, this case size, as far as the ModBox case, is the same size as your Essential set from 3/8, the one with the metric SAE, and then also the flip socket set with the metric SAE. So it's that bigger size case, a little bit bigger case. We open this up, you get the ratcheting T-handle right here, comes out of there. Over here on this side, you have all the 1-inch bits. You got some combo bits. You've also got Phillips, some Torx. I'll put, again, a list of all the bits that are up here so you can pause it and look at that if you want to. So those are the 1-inch bits. Those are intended to be used with this 1/4-inch adapter right here. And again, all these bits are mostly your bigger hex keys. I'll go ahead and flop that out. That pulls out like this so you can access it a little bit easy. So if I drop that down here, get out this 1/4-inch, this is the same as a lot of the ones that come in your other screwdrivers and things like that. So let me get a Phillips number 2. You can see the magnet in here, clicks into place. That also magnetizes your screws, so it will you will have some magnetism as far as holding onto a screw while using this bit. And then of course you could always use this as an extension, even though some of these hex bits, the certain sizes are super long. Probably I would say 6-inch bits right here. You have some that are 4 inches. Once you get down in the smaller sizes, you could still put one of these in that if you needed a little bit longer length to get into somewhere, if you want to use it for that or some way. I would call getting these bits in and out of this, I would say it's somewhere between really good, or not really good, but good, and also the old Milwaukee cases. They're not super easy to get in and out of some of them. Like that right there, I'm having to push pretty hard to get that in there, and that kind of spreads out and holds it into place. And then getting that back out, of course this is a hole that didn't have a bit in it while it was sitting in the packaging or any of that stuff. So I'm sure it's going to work itself free, but they're not the easiest to get in and out. But the ones that have already been used, I can just go in and out like crazy. So I think it's something that's going to wear in, but it's something that's kind of a mixed feeling about it right now. One thing that I thought about doing with this, because whenever I saw the packaging, I probably don't necessarily need all these all the time. It's nice that they give these to you. Again, it's kind of made for electricians. I was thinking about actually taking this out of here and seeing if I could fit screwdrivers in here, making this kind of a ratcheting case for my handles. Basically a ratcheting screwdriver, ratcheting T-handle, whatever it would be, or even just another handle, because that's where I think these mod boxes need to go. We've already gotten the ratchets and all those things. We need stuff that's just, like, I need a case for just the handles for things, and then I need cases of just the stuff that I use with the handles instead of having to buy a set that has handles in them every single time. But I was checking to see, because it's kind of hard to remove this. You could remove it. I just didn't want to because it's probably going to end up breaking something, and I didn't want to do that before I film this. I may still do that, but I can move all these pieces over to one side, especially if I get rid of one of them or so, and free up one whole wing of this. And then if I take like the Ratcheting 11-in-1, so let's say I wanted to make a Ratcheting T-handle case, and then also a ratcheting handle here, or I would want to use my ratcheting multi, that way it can take the 1/4 inch stuff, or I could leave, you know, this in there so it could still take the 1/4 inch stuff, possibly, and slide that in here. It will fit in there. I can't shut the case right now, but I definitely could if I removed some of this plastic right here, because you can see my screwdriver is lower than, I won't be able to probably show you there, but if I stick that in there, it's lower than what these bits are, so it would work. It's just a matter of you are going to have to modify your case and take out some of this plastic right here, cut some of that out. So I thought about possibly doing that, and that way I take this kit in, I've got a screwdriver handle, also a T-handle, and then I could put a random amount of bits, whatever it is I want to use, again, and use this case for whatever my role is in my work. If I don't use these very much, I can build it out with stuff that I normally use a T-handle or something for and use it in that way. But again, you can't do it without modding the package. So that's what I thought about doing. But now let's get into the actual ratcheting screwdriver itself. That's really what you're getting inside of this one. How does it work? The bits are just dependent upon if those are the bits you use or not. So I couldn't find any kind of information on what the teeth is on this. It's not on the packaging. I couldn't find it in the Amazon listing. I also couldn't find it on the Lowe's listing whenever I pulled that up. So I don't have no idea what kind of teeth this ratcheting mechanism is. It's probably going to be that 72. That's what most of their other stuff is. But again, I'm just saying that I have no idea. Whenever I got out of the package, I was like, man, there's something wrong with this. I cannot get it to change because this right here spins. And I was like, well, it should be turned one way for fixed in the middle, one way for on, one way for off. And I couldn't get it to turn. I thought, don't tell me I've got another, you know, like the ratcheting little stubby screwdriver. I've got the bad one out of the box. But look up here at the top, you've got a switch that has lock. So that's that fixed position. And then you also have on and off. So if I turn it to on, it's going to ratchet to put on something. You know, if you're screwing in clockwise. If I switch it over to off, it's going to allow you to go, I actually got that on lock, so let me go to off. It's going to allow you to go counterclockwise with something. So let me go ahead and put a bit in here. I'm just going to use the magnetic adapter. Also going to put in this Phillips. I'm going to put it in this wood over here first. That way I know I've got tension. So I've got it in the off position right now. See if you can hear the clicks on this. And then I'll go ahead and swap it over to the on. And then you can also put it on that lock position. And then you can go forward and reverse with no ratcheting whatsoever. So that's the three options that you have to use it with. I do like the T-handle on this one because it's kind of the same on both sides. There's a lot of them where like one side's really long, one side really short, and it's kind of offset a little bit. I kind of like the way that this one feels, and again, you could kind of go like that even if you wanted to kind of bounce it out better in your hand. But overall, I really like it. I like the feel of it anyways. Again, I have no idea how long it's going to last. It's brand new. I guess you've got a tethering hole there, or you could also probably, if you really needed to, put something in there. Now, whether or not that's recommended or not, I don't know, but you could obviously do that if you need to get more torque. I'll swap over to a square number 2 over here. Go ahead and slide that in. And again, here's like a machine screw. See what I've got it on. I've got it on lock, so let me go to on. Swap it back to off. And I kind of, once you get used to that being there and knowing which way it goes and stuff, I think I'm going to like that better than trying to do something here and turning this right here, which is what I thought it was going to be to start with. But again, going to that off position, actually I think I've got it unlocked. I do. So it does take a little effort to get it over on the all the way. So once you get that loose right there, it's starting to miss part of the time. Once I don't have a lot of tension on that head, like I don't have any right there, so I'm not catching at that point. So again, that's what's going to happen on a machine screw until you get some sort of a tension. So again, ratcheting screwdriver or ratcheting T-handle, you know how you would use it. Now let me go ahead and show you again. Since it is the 1/4 inch, you can pretty much use it for anything you want to. So if you've got any kind of bit that goes into your impacts, whether it's a conduit reamer, whether it's a right angle adapter, or whatever else, you could obviously use it for that. I'm going to go ahead and show you with some of the connect sets what you could do with that. Again, going back in this spot right here where there's never been a bit, that is extremely tight. Like, you can't hardly get stuff in and out. Slides in and out there super easy. So if I wanted to go ahead and use, say, the Connect M Essential set, maybe I've got this with me. I'm using that along with this ModBox because it's got that 1/4 inch adapter. If I want to use it with this Connect Essential set, I could grab this socket adapter right here. So that's meant to go into your impact. Slide that in. It slides in. You don't have to pull this anytime you're putting your 1/4 inch stuff in. It just slides in and locks into place, and then you pull it back to release it. So I can slide that in, and now I can grab any one of my sockets that I want to use that are pass-through. Of course, they're not going to be pass-through using it like this, but if I wanted to go with an 11mm, I could take and slide that, snap it into that adapter, and now again I've got a nut driver that is a ratcheting T-handle. Maybe I need a little bit more length. I can grab this extension first, put that in there, then put the 11mm in there. Now I've got a little bit longer T-handle, and so on and so forth. Again, you can continue to just think about flip sockets, whatever else you've got with you that is snapped into cases that are just like this. It's all essentially going to be the same. It's just now you can get yourself a ratcheting T-handle set that is in a ModBox that will work with that system, lock into each one that you already own, and that's ultimately who I think that this is geared for. But yeah, guys, that is the Klein 23-piece T-handle set, part number again 33804, available on Amazon as I'm filming this for 50 bucks. I'm assuming it's going to be available at Lowe's. It might very well be there right now as you're watching this, if you're watching it several days after I've filmed this. So you might want to go check that out or hit that shop button if it's in there. But again, for 50 bucks, I think if you're in the ModBox case sets and you like to lock them together and all those kinds of things, $50 for a ratcheting T-handle and then these bits is not that bad of a deal. I know that DeWalt, there's one at Home Depot from DeWalt that's like $20-something or something like that. But it's not going to lock in with your cases, and then you can get into spending big money on a ratcheting T-handle from PB Swiss or something like that, which probably a better, actual screwdriver and all those kinds of things. It might be a little bit better quality than this, but you're not getting something that locks into your system. So that's who I think this is for. Pretty decent kit. It's up to you whether or not you think it's worth that 50 bucks. Only you know the answer to that. But I hope this video was helpful in some way. Hope it was useful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.